Hey guys, this is Lucid. We are jumping back into our game with Yomi in Ring World. It's turn 73, and if you recall in the last episode, we had I'll just say it, a crushing victory against Agartha. And so my partner has kind of beaten up on Hinnom. He had a few really important battles, and I have now finally dealt with this really nasty battle with, or dealt with this big Umbral Doom stack. Now, in conjunction, we kind of want to get the game going because the logistics on this map are a problem, and we're worried a little bit about everybody coming together and attacking us. So we've gone ahead and declared war against Kalisa under the pretext that all monkeys are owned by my pretender god. Of course, that's a reference to the Lankan monkeys, but anyway. So here we go. So we have an Ashen Angel attacking us. For those of you who don't know, this is a remote assassination spell that's in Conjuration. It's called Manifestation. But Home Slice don't give a fuck. We had an Earth Elemental come out and attack us. The nice thing about having good commanders is that, in general, this doesn't do shit. Like, normally you'd be like, oh, fuck. And this could kill him. No, he's at 34. You don't give a fuck. The thing is, we have pretty high defense. When you trample, you do a defense check against 12. So we're already going to miss a lot. If that doesn't work, then we only take 1 damage. And then I think that's after Ethereal. So yeah, we're going to be looking pretty good. And then the damage it does is armor piercing, but I have 18 armor, so I don't know. Basically, he was fine. His total HP pool was 38, and he took 5 points of damage. So he's fine. Okay, now we have some more battles. Let's see which ones of these we want to watch. This looks kind of cool just because there's a Yakshasa there. Or whatever it is. Let's see if he has items. So he has earth items. This looks like an earthquake. No, he would have needed more earth gems. Oh, living earth. Interesting. So this was a kind of counter-thug script here. Oh, but he came in the back and chopped them. And then no magic leadership. These guys are just gonna kind of fall apart. So that was interesting. It might have worked. I don't know how this Raksharaja would have done against a bunch of earth elementals. But that was a lot of gems down the drain for our monkey counterparts. Because that mage requires gems to summon. Oh, wait, maybe not. No, it doesn't. I was thinking for the, like Bandarlog, I think those are gem summonable mages, but I think in early age, you just pay gold for them. Okay, Lohara attack against Saramadia, the partner of Kalisa, and then we have Bandarlog moving in and attacking. I think this was the same province that these Haras were in. So the Haras will disappear after magic phase, but either because, or maybe they were just in the same province. So it appears these Haras are going to go through both of these squads. Oh, wrecked. But Swarm. Swarm mechanics work different, so I wouldn't be surprised if the battle replay is different than we actually see. But the Haras don't rout. Holy shit. I wonder if this is actually how it went. That was kind of a pretty cool battle. Yeah, it killed all the maidens, and then this guy, and in the replay it killed, I think, this guy and one of these. But anyway, I think Swarm was more effective in the olden days, so it doesn't surprise me that they basically had a better outcome. Okay, and then we have a bunch of battles. Blood economy looks like we're getting around 100 a turn. This looks kind of interesting. So Kalisa has these warrior mages, which you can really only get from a site, and he has them scripted. Okay, so they just have the blessing, which gives them magic weapon, shock resistance, fire resistance, defense, and reinvigoration. But it gets rid of some of their nice armor. So let's see what they're going to script. Liquid body, earth power, temper, flesh cooking, self, iron roll. Okay, what fatigue are they at? It's 25, that's not bad. 50, that's not bad. Okay, I think that was actually okay. Weird. So somehow they ran forward and attacked, but then they started casting spells. I wonder what their script was, because they were off script. I wonder if there was just no script, and so they defaulted to attacking, but then decided not to. Was this a battle? Okay, we'll watch this. So, Hinam decided to patrol with whatever they have here, but it's... Oh wait, maybe that's just PD. I think that's PD, guys. That's PD. Okay, so they got crushed. This is a big army. Don't know if it's going to one-turn crack it, but it might. Okay, so Lanka is continuing to raid. This kind of interesting. Again, we have a Vampire Lord versus a Warrior Mage. I don't think this guy has... Okay, he has a Frostbrand, but the thing is, Frostbrand's not going to be great against Undead, which, you know, he had no idea knowing what was going to come here. And this is not the kind of warrior mage you want to be when you grow up. Okay, I think we know how that ends. Somewhere, what, right here? Okay, there's that one. This looks like a gem baiting attack, but I'm not sure. Or it could have been a magic duel. I didn't see any gems, but it appears... Did they trigger gem usage? It did. No. Darkness, that could just be from a rock... Yeah, that's just from this guy. I don't think they triggered gem usage. Yeah. Kind of okay. Okay, so that was this one. Then coming down here, some Hydromancers successfully raided. This was almost definitely Water Elemental spam. Yeah. And then here we have a Divana successfully raid. Nothing to see here. Bunch of Undead Chaff versus a Skelly Spammer. We have our Dakini here that clears out the PD. Vampire Lord runs into some heavy resistance. So let's see what happens here, because this is going to be some heavy Skelly spam. You know, I think one of the cool things you get just from kind of watching Dominion's Let's Plays, and it's the reason I kind of want to go through a bunch of these, is you get some intuition for kind of what works and what doesn't, even without necessarily knowing the numbers. So in this case... Yeah, I don't think there was any way that was going to work, because, you know, even if they did summon a bunch of skeletons, these guys would have killed it all and then run through it. But you can see the devils are a very solid anti-thug. Okay, so that was here. Coming down here, vampires raid successfully. Warrior mages do some good work. But don't die, but they were defeated, so they retreat. What else? Heliophagus attacks. So I think this guy, Lanka was using basically as a mobile Bane Venom charm, if I recall. Yeah, he has a Reaper. So basically he just kitted him out so that he could be an assassin if he wanted to. He's stealthy, so he can basically, and he's gonna just murder people in assassinations, but he's gonna be very hard to mind hunt out, and yeah, he's just gonna run around killing shit. But he's also strong enough that not only can he win an assassination, but he can also take out light PD. Soul Vortex makes him pretty damn tough. And I think he cast Invulnerability too, yeah. Okay. So that's kind of cool. So that was this one. Coming down, you can see that we actually attack Kalisa, and this is right here on the first entranceway into the planet of Kalisa, and this is kind of our little Yomi demon stack, all in a big blob. I don't think that triggered chin usage. I think we would have done some other shit. Anyway, we end up killing some barbarians with friendly fire, but that's fine. Barbarians are just free spawn. So that was right here. Hinnom successfully takes back a province from Lanka. And that's basically it. For events, we had a few things happen. Nothing too important. And we're kind of going to speed through some of this. Okay, so this is my stack here. It's 1,004 siege strength, so pretty big. You can see that we have morale items on a lot of our guys to deal with some of our little Ko-Oni shenanigans. We're going to be storming this castle this turn. Now, there's a chance we have a fight. What we're preparing to do is basically mass flight. We'll be able to do Earth Power too. So now, usually you want to get mass flight off turn 1, so this is probably not ideal in terms of the script, but we're doing it. Army of Gold, which will be pretty good. We are going to be a little vulnerable to things like Wrathful Skies. We're also putting up Darkness. Darkness is the shit with my little devils. And Lanka has paved the way, or he should have paved the way with Unrest. Yeah, we're already at 150 Unrest, but it may even be that high after just sitting on this fort for one turn with my dudes. So we're all going to have Chaos Power 3. The other thing is you siege better in Chaos, so that's kind of cool. I'll be putting up Howl. I think I was pretty high in enchantment, yeah, but not 8, so I couldn't do mass regen. But mass regen would be the shit. We're also doing Will of Fates. It does affect demons, so all my little Ko-Oni are going to be much harder to actually kill off, which I'm, of course, okay with. That's basically it. We'll also be spamming out Strength of Giants, which is just because I don't have a Vampire Lord here to do Rush of Strength, which I think I have, actually. No, I don't. So anyway, we'll be spamming out that. We're pretty assassin-proof here. And this guy potentially could get killed. I don't know. We're pretty good in terms of assassins. Assassin-proofing. Now, we also have more armies on deck. You can see we've got a big army here. We've got a big army here. We're going to hang tight. I don't want to just overload this. I want to have like a nice little pipeline of guys coming in here. Because if I get too many in one spot, we can kind of get, you know, zapped by some shit. Checking out the global situation real quick. Okay, so we're storming here. We're letting Lanka do all the heavy lifting in terms of raiding. We also, so this is an Oni pit now. These guys, it's not really an Oni pit, we're just waiting, but this province is basically worthless with these guys on top of it. Oh no, this guy is coming in. Okay. So we do have a vampire, and what is he gonna do? Bloodlust, which is gonna affect all my demons. Okay, so that's perfect. So we don't even need Strength of Giants. So anyway, that should work pretty well. Now there's a chance he's going to throw this army in here, which is basically a bunch of ghosts and terracotta soldiers, as well as something in here. I don't know what he's going to throw, but I have a good feeling we can handle it. There's a lot of kind of miscellaneous stuff like High Astral, so we can potentially Soul Slay and things like that. Death Mages. He's not on Advance and Cast spells, but... so he might just Skelly spam. And then, of course, we'll have some kind of lightning thing. I think it's going to be pretty hard for him to fight this, but we'll see. The biggest thing is if he gets Storm off, it's going to be annoying. So. Because I don't really want these guys running in a big blob. The reason they're in a big blob is because... Well, I don't even really need to almost those battlefield wide. I probably should spread them out more, but... yeah, hopefully he doesn't cast Storm. So here he has a huge King of Deeper Earth, who could potentially be a super combatant. Here he has a King of Magma. I think these guys have gotten most... We were a little late running up Conjuration, so I think they've gotten all of the elemental royalty. There's a few things in the game that if you're late to it, you don't get it. Like, Conjuration has a lot of unique stuff that if you're the last one there, you don't get it. Construction 8 has unique stuff. If you're the last one there, you don't get it. Blood Magic also has a lot of unique stuff. If you're the last one there, you don't get it. And then you can kind of look at all the globals as unique. And then if you're the last one there, you may not get it. But you can't research everything. Well, I mean, you can, but not immediately. So that's basically our main move over here. We're just staging different armies. I think this is kind of the quintessential late mid-game Yomi army. I don't think we're missing out on much. Like, this has almost everything you would want. Given that we have... Now, we're not doing Fog Warriors, and that's kind of not great. But I think let's double check. Oh, we are doing it. And I have a shit ton of gems. Yeah, so we're doing Fog Warriors. We're doing most all the stuff you want to do. So anyway, hopefully that all works out. Now down here, while we have dealt a very large blow to Agartha, we haven't killed everything. He still has probably a couple hundred Umbrals running around, which is not something to laugh at. So we're gonna take that kind of seriously. We're moving this stack out, and basically we're going to be doing a... I know at some point this game, and I don't think it's happened already, but it might have. We embarrass ourselves by doing End of Weakness. I don't see it here. We're doing Army of Gold, which is right. But I know sometime this game I do. Maybe I've already did it. Maybe I did it for Abyssia. Do End of Weakness into like a fire army. Not a good idea. I think I've already done it. So, but this is a big army coming in. Oh, we've got all the stuff we are going to need. Fog Warriors, Mass Flight, Will of Fates, Army of Gold. This is kind of the same thing. Bloodlust. All the thing. We also got Weapons of Sharpness, which is pretty good to do on big blobs of really high attack density demons. So this is another very important tool in the Yomi tool basket. I don't think I have that down here, which would kind of give me better anti-super combatant capabilities. But yeah, I mean, this is a nasty, nasty army. And the nice thing is we don't have a ton of vulnerabilities. Like, a lot of the strategic things on the map aren't really going to get us, like assassinations or remote spells. Because we have 2 forms on all our guys, so if you kill them, like with Seeking Arrow or Flames from the Sky, like they just respawn because you killed their first form and their second form lives. So we're looking pretty good, guys, is what I'm trying to say. So that's basically it. I've shown you the setup for these armies. We're basically trying to make more of these, and as we get more gear to kind of kit these guys out, we'll keep doing it. We're going to kind of, you know, we've obviously been using super combatants pretty heavily when we think it's appropriate, and then sometimes it bites us in the ass and sometimes it doesn't. But you can see this is kind of the in-game use for Dione. It's not really to be a super combatant, it's to be, you know, like a really good army leader that doesn't give a fuck if you get, you know, manifestation cast on you, and stuff like that. So, that is that turn. Let's go ahead and pull up the next turn, which is turn... 74. So, okay, more manifestations being cast. Now, this one, they went after a Daitengu, which is not good. What I expect happens, so we have Iron Skin. Okay, we're decayed, which I think means we're fucked. If I bless myself, which we're not blessed, is my age? There's a small chance if I bless myself I might have survived this. No, he's dead. Okay, so there goes Mass Flight. No Mass Flight. It's kind of shitty. So that was really lucky on his part because it targeted my Daitengu. There were a bunch of other people that would have killed the Ashen Angel, but the Daitengu was kind of vulnerable to it. Anyway. Sometimes you gotta throw a dog a bone. So I am not upset with that at all. Okay, so Lanka, this actually is interesting. I wonder how's it gonna route these guys with Skelly spam. Ooh, Wailing Winds. Just made him run. There you go. That's how you do it. So very effective Wailing Winds raider there. I can't say I've done that with Lanka, but apparently it's reasonably effective. Horrors come in and just murder all these guys. Very effective. How much are these guys? 27, yeah. I mean, that's a fair amount of money. This is a lot of money of stuff lost. Plus, they get the province. And this is mostly Lanka. I'm not casting Horror. Centaur. And then Thug works here. We found a magic site. We searched for basically air up here. We found it in nature. So that was a nature site we found. Okay. Now, there's a bunch of battles. So let's... I'll just say we made another 100 blood slaves. Okay, so Dakini here raiding, Vampire Lord raiding, Mound King with the very low commitment attack against Lanka. I don't think this would burn gems, so I don't know what that was for. Probably just hoping he would move or not be there. Hinam, who, if you look at it, like the Hinam group kind of went deep in blood, and they have a lot of the unique blood summons, like a lot of the Archdevils. So anyway, they're using them here. Lanka. Okay, so here's this Heliophagus, which could have been busy assassinating or reaping in general, but he is now. I don't know if he was. No, he didn't get caught as by patrolling units here. He kind of ran into it. So, needless to say, this army is going to squish the living shit out of this guy. Now, Soul Vortex isn't going to help against a lot of them, but it should help against the Yetis. Does he have cold resistance? I think he would, but I'm not... no cold resistance, so he's going to fatigue out pretty fast, even with Soul Vortex up. Because these Yetis have a cold aura. Maybe not. Oh, and this one they enslaved him. Did they actually enslave him? Yeah, they enslaved him. Okay, so... Whoops. He's now working for the enemy. He's been converted. So that didn't really go very well. So much for a Bane Venom Charm. Okay, and we have a Vampire Lord here that gets smushed while raiding Sarmatia. Another Vampire Lord gets smushed. So the Hinam, you know, raiding is so hit and miss. It really, really is. Divana, Lanka. It's one of those things, it's like, you kind of have to do it, I think. But then if you're against people that know what you're raiding with, they just, you know, you get the shit countered out of you, and then you feel like an idiot. So anyway. But, I mean, it also splits your opponent up, so, like, they're not going to have as big of a doom stack to come fight you if they're also out there raiding. Okay, this was us just moving into Agartha with that doom stack that is going to finish them off, hopefully. Here is Kalisa fighting a Wraith Lord unsuccessfully. Oh, so Kalisa has a Wraith Lord and a Guru. Let's see what this deal is. This guy have items? No. Oh, 3 Wraith Lords. I didn't see that. So yeah, 3 Wraith Lords is going to beat these guys. Now, I was thinking this guy would be doing, like, Power of the Sphere, Soul Slay. No. He gets killed by monkeys anyway. And yeah, 3 Wraith Lords is going to beat the shit out of 1. Unless that one got Witherbones off. If he Witherbones all 3 of them, that would have been, like, ridiculous. Ridiculous. I think that was... Okay, that was right. That wasn't this one. Okay, I don't know which battle we just watched, but anyway, coming down here. So Lanka raiding with the Danava. Raiding with... Oh, I think it was right after this. Okay, so 5 Inari, Skelly Spam raid a province. That's what this one was. And these are things you can do with Saramatia, right? So Saramatia, you've got really good Skelly Spammers, so they actually make decent raiders if you put them in a communion. You don't need that many. Here was the battle we just watched with the Wraith Lords and the Guru. Here, Lanka attacks a bunch of sages. Let's see why he was here with 3 sages. It's possible... Okay, so this was a Soul Slay script designed to catch a thug, but there wasn't a thug here, there's a big old fat army. And they targeted him with Soul Slay a couple times, but he has 25 MR, so he doesn't really give a shit. Okay, and then Lanka raiding here. I think that's the main thing. That's kind of what I've taken away from... I think from this game and then some other games I'm in, that an important part to raiding efficiently is having very varied raiding threats. It was something I kind of picked up on with Scaleria, like different levels of intensity for raiding, like with how many mages you would send with your undead. But I think that's a big deal. Like, if you're only raiding with thugs, it's very easy for them to counter you because they'll just send anti-thug things in, and it's a low commitment thug counter, and it's going to kind of wreck your thugs. If you're mixing it up, like if sometimes you're doing small armies and sometimes you're doing thugs, now designing something that can easily kill thugs and easily kill small armies, that's a lot harder. And if you do the wrong thing, then the same way you're frustrated, where your thugs get killed or whatever gets killed when you raid, they're gonna be frustrated because their stuff's getting killed when they try to counter raid. Like anticipate your raids and put stuff in there. And that's kind of what happened back here. You know, I mean, it's not a huge gold investment, but these were counter thugs and they got messed up. So I think that's really important. Okay, coming down here, we see Saramatia get smushed. And okay, we have a battle. So this is in Canyon. Okay, we have a battle here. I don't want to give away what happened, so I hope you didn't see anything. Now, unfortunately, if you recall, we had our Daitengu get sniped here, so there's nobody to do mass flight, but fortunately for us, there's nobody inside. Now, part of this could be because we had Wrath of the God up, and this was in Friendly Dominion. Unfortunately, I think our little flaming artillery is killing a bunch of our own shit. Okay, but we take it, so that's what's important. But yeah, we killed a ton of our own shit with our own little flaming artillery, so whoops. It's all fun and games for the demons, though. They don't really care. Found brigands, and I think that's it. So, let's see what else we have. This stack is not moving out. There basically is a peacekeeping force watching over this. Now, okay, we'll come back to that. Turn this at 74. Okay, so there's a few things. One thing we can see, it's taking them a while to eat Niflheim. Now, I don't know if this is because Niflheim is holding out particularly well, but killing people slowly is really bad. And it ends up happening to me a lot, but I think who wins games actually is decided a ton by who kills people quickly. Like, just winning is not enough, you have to win quickly. And unfortunately, I think what that means a lot of times is sniping people who are terribly weak or who you're a very good matchup against, which kind of isn't as fun as I think a lot of times in games I will go after who I perceive as tough. Like when we started this war with Abyssia and Roos, we did it because we thought it would be hard, but also because we wanted to get the hard part out of the way before we got gangbanged. Yeah. So what we're going to do here is we're going to move all these guys on top of this throne, because if we get all these thrones on this planet, we're going to win the game. And basically by moving everybody over here, I think can't remember if we're also doing... I might be cloud trapezing in a Daitengu. It's going to be really hard for me to see, but obviously we need to get a Daitengu over here. I don't know where I would even look. I don't think I am, but it's something I would think about doing. So, okay, we're basically moving these guys up here. Okay, we have a few things to talk about. I'm gonna need to put a temple here. One thing you can notice is their dominion is pushing out, like we're not in their dominion anymore. The other thing is we're very close to Evocation 9, which means that Yukisada, who I've positioned here, it took me like 3 or 4 turns to move him all the way down here. He's positioned and we can gear him up with stuff like this. I think I've also made a flame focus staff, though I might not have. I'll probably make it soon if I haven't made it already, which would just give him a little better casting range. But he's going to be able to drop flames from the sky on top of everybody, and I have a huge fire bank. So the idea is if they ever get a big stack of guys, which, has like humans in it or monkeys, we're just going to drop flames from the sky on them, and then they're going to be very sad. So that's kind of the plan. Now, I'm not going to fight anything here. Like, this is all going to be Lanka stuff, so Lanka's got to move all his shit down in here in position. But this guy's basically just artillery. Kind of big scary army here. We'll have to see what we do about it. If you look, so there's all the X's are where the little raids have been happening, and you can see we've taken over the ocean, and we're kind of, we're distracting them for sure. Like, we've got little raids going on everywhere, but we're not, like, taking over the map. This is not like the fight with Abyssia and Rus, where the map is kind of now ours. Now, down here, it's a little bit of a different story, because we've kind of taken a lot. But even still, there's, like, still large Hinnom armies running around. Unfortunately for Hinnom, his capital is now broken. So this battle we saw on top of Hinnom's cap, it's broken now. So Lanka's going to be running through. Other things that are important is we see, this is early age relay? Or no, yeah, it is. They have a big nasty army full of Lobo guards, and mine lords and other things. Slave mages primarily, I think, which are going to be coming ashore. I'm not sure how Lanka's going to deal with it. The other thing is we're out of friendly dominion, so the Raven is a little less powerful. But this is primarily kind of what Lanka's dealing with here, and then Lanka's also dealing with, like, this front, and we are going to be dealing with this hot spot and then finishing off Agartha. Now, on the Agarthan front, he has this guy, or this is Hinnom's, right? But this is basically a super combatant killing archdevil, because I think he has a holy scourge. So we have to be pretty careful about using saucy, what do you call it? Dione with this guy running around. So I think we're going to be pretty careful about that. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to basically move... I don't know why I've got a little screen set up. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, we're moving basically the big army in, and it's the same script. So we're not going to keep going through that every time. But I'm expecting... if I had to guess, like if I were playing Agartha, I'd be like, look, if he takes my cap, the game's basically over. He has a Demi-Lich here who can patrol. I would just have like one last major fight if I were playing him. And see if I could kind of pull out some magic. But, I don't know all the resources he has, but I really would not let people get on top of my cap. I would probably go all in on defending. The exception would be maybe you do some sacrificial play where you kill off a large portion of my army, and then you come out the next turn with a group designed to get your capital back. But you would need to do, like, there needs to be a major fight on top of Agartha next turn, like, if I were playing Agartha. So anyway, that's that. We're not doing a ton of raiding here, which I think is okay. Like, if we sent a flying Daitengu here and Magath caught him, it'd be bad news. You can see our Dominion is starting to push really hard in here. Because, we've been making 1 or 2 temples a turn. We've got this entire planet templed. This planet is rapidly getting templed. You can see Lanka and I, instead of recruiting mages, we're making temples. And that's just giving us a huge amount of Dominion pressure. The way Dominion works is it's like water pressure, kind of, right? So temples generate pressure, and then the connections are kind of the pipes. So basically, all the Dominion pressure generated in these planets is pumping outward. And this is one of the places for it to kind of release itself. This planet up here. So you can see our Dominion pressure just pushing like crazy in here. We've already got these templed. Well, some of these. Yeah. There's only 3 Dominion strength left in Agartha too. So not looking good for them. Agartha did a really good job, though, I'll say. They had a really bad start. They didn't really complain about it. I think they mentioned it once in messages. I mean, this is like the worst start in the game. But he was like, yeah, I can get down to my other buddy down here, Hinam, and they've... Hinam, I think, had a good run at it. Like, look how big Hinam is. They had this, and then this was all Hinam. So, with the help from Agartha, I think they actually had a pretty good run of it down here. I think their positioning I think this map is not really fair, is what it really is. And they had a really bad starting position. If it was strong, like if the map had a better start, or a more fair start, I feel like they really could have done a lot more. The other thing is, just the choke point nature of this map, you really can't see a lot of the strength of Yomi. Like, I'm actually a really good raiding nation, and I would be pillaging and raiding, kind of like you saw me do against Femoria, but on a much bigger scale. But here, that's not really what this map lends itself to. It lends itself to magic phase raiding, or flying raiding, and then just jamming a huge army through a choke point. So, anyway, that's what we're doing. So yeah, that's basically it for this turn, and I think we'll call it for the episode. I hope you guys are still enjoying the series. We don't have much longer left, I'll just say. It's kind of winding down. But it's kind of we're not clear how it's all gonna go. So anyway, tune in next time, and we'll see you then.